Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the midst of a civil war. You heard me correctly. The Civil War 2.0, the culture war, the informational war, fifth generational warfare, whatever you want to call it. This is America's modern day civil war. Those of us who tried to warn about it. Those of us who said, no, we're already in it. We were laughed at, sneered at, ridiculed as tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist Alex Jones types of people. But now, with states aligning in lawsuit legal battles for one of the most hotly contested elections in recent history, at least the most hotly contested election of my lifetime that I can remember, the proof is in the pudding. The proof, the information, the evidence of the Civil War has never been so prominent. And we've been entrenched in the middle of it for at least the last 10 years, maybe more. Since at least the middle of President Barack Obama's first presidency. It might have started before then, although my hunch is it started in the middle of his first presidency, his first administration. When we see in 2008, our country is ready for racial reconciliation. People felt good about racial interactions with each other. And then Barack Obama came onto the scene, pledged he would fix all the racial issues across the United States. But instead, he lit a match and dropped it in the tinderbox. He didn't clean it out stick by stick, as he had promised. He burned it up and blew up the nation for his own political gain. Barack Obama sowed the seeds of destruction and separation. And that is what reaped the harvest of Donald Trump. You want to know why Donald Trump became president? Barack Obama is why Donald Trump became president. Barack Obama, the darling of the left, defended by the news media corporations all over. The man whose only scandal was wearing a tan suit. It's all ridiculous. It's all ridiculous. If you've ever had any questions as to where the true allegiance of the left-wing media is at, look no further than here. Look no further than YouTube, who is now censoring right-wing media. Look no further than Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and TikTok, who are all censoring right-wing media. Before we get to the news, I want to ask that you please subscribe to this channel and share this video with your friends. It is of the utmost importance. It is now more important than ever that the information you see here is disseminated and not controlled by our media tech overlords. So, I ask you a big favor. If you want to be part of helping me grow my channel and combating the fake news narratives you see floating around the social media sphere, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video, like this video, and then share it with your friends. And if everyone who watched this video shared it one time, I would be the biggest YouTube channel by the end of the year. Now, on to the news. What is this evidence that we are in the midst of our information war, the culture war, the Civil War 2.0? What is this fifth generational warfare that you are talking about? I bring you to this article from Politico. Justice Department's interest in Hunter Biden covered more than taxes. That's weird, because wasn't it just about 2 months ago when the Hunter Biden story finally broke, and all the right-wing people were saying, this is ridiculous, Joe Biden is corrupt, he is compromised, and his son is even worse. When this story broke, all the right-wing people were going crazy, like, why is this not being covered by any mainstream media news outlets? Why is everyone I talk to, 1 out of 5 people knows about this story? Well, now we know why. Because when Politico first reported on this story a couple months ago, they said it was Russian disinformation. Oh, it's Russia interacting interfering with the 2020 election as they did in the 2016 election. No, it wasn't. We now have proof that this story was real, and it has been real the entire time. And the media, who could have just kept up with the lie and not cover any of this, are now spitting in our faces, saying, you'll believe any lie we sell you. You'll believe it all. Anything we tell you, you'll buy it. Justice Department's interest in Hunter Biden covered more than taxes. Federal prosecutors also have investigated foreign ties and possible money laundering. Isn't this exactly what the right was talking about? Remember when the entire left-wing media said this was Russian disinformation? They were wrong. Remember when the entire right side of the country said the mainstream media and main media outlets are being controlled by the Democratic Party? We were right. Remember when the right said that the media is covering for Joe Biden? And then the media said, no, it's just Russian disinformation. They covered for him. Well, we were right. The media was wrong. The federal investigation into President-elect Joe Biden's son Hunter has been more extensive than a statement from Hunter Biden indicates, according to a person with first-hand knowledge of the investigation. That's weird. Isn't it? Isn't it weird that on Wednesday, Hunter Biden said he had been contacted about a tax investigation out of the U.S. Attorney's Office in Delaware, and then come to find out they were investigating more than his taxes. They were investigating foreign affairs ties and money laundering. It's exactly what the right wing was saying all along. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to cut ties with the mainstream media. Do not allow them to keep functioning. Cancel your subscriptions to cable. Cancel your subscriptions to things like DirecTV. Anything that supports these mainstream media outlets. It's time to get rid of them, because they need to fall. It is time to subscribe to alternative news sites like the Daily Wire, Blaze Media, and myself, Glasshouse News. There's no other way to get reliable information. At least here on the right, we acknowledge our right-wing bias, and you can say, I don't think what he's saying is right because he's probably tinted with his media or with his political bias, political alignment. But those on the left, they don't say that they have a left-wing bias. No. They are lying. They're lying about their affiliations. They say CNN, the most trusted name in news. Reliable sources. Facts first. Opinions later. Meanwhile, they'll run opinion pieces in their breaking news. They'll run their opinion as if it were fact and masquerade as if their opinion is law and dictates the story, instead of allowing the story to dictate their opinion. Ladies and gentlemen, the left-wing media, CNN, ABC, CBS, NBC, they're just ignoring all of the facts in order to prop up this narrative of Orange Man bad. They are backing the Democratic Party. They are protecting Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, Kamala Harris, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and all of these bigwigs in D.C. AOC, Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, Ariana Presley, the Squad. Don't buy it. They're lying to you to keep their power. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't care about anyone except for themselves. And the only reason they try to act like they care about the minority is to keep them enslaved. Yes, I said it. In 2012, Joe Biden said Mitt Romney was going to put black people back in chains. Well, this is going to have to take a real look at what it means to be enslaved. Because freedom is a pretty easy question to answer. What is freedom? It's to not be enslaved. So then the question is, what is slavery? It's to be forcibly blinded to the outside. That is what slavery is. To not be able to do what you want to do. Not be able to think the things that you want to think. And that means the greatest form of slavery is being told what you can and can't believe. And ladies and gentlemen, no one has done that better than the left. The right wing is not telling you what you can and can't believe. The right is saying, take this. This is crazy. Look at this. You don't have to believe it. Just read it. Hopefully it'll change your mind. Meanwhile, the left is saying, no. No. Who are you going to believe, me or your own lying eyes? They're going to say, no, this is Russian disinformation. You see how the game works here? Anything they don't like, they blame on Russia. Anything they do like, they say, nope, this was just us doing the things that we do best. Despite the fact that several Democratic lawmakers in California have now been targeted by Chinese spies, turns out China may have had more influence in the election than Russia ever has. And it was all for the Democratic Party. So don't believe the lies that the mainstream media are trying to sell you. They don't want you. They want your vote. They want the power that you can give them. They can't have any power unless you comply. In A Bug's Life, an old Pixar movie, Hopper, who's the lead grasshopper, is given a speech to his army of grasshoppers. And he says, they outnumber us 100 to 1, and if they ever figure that out, we will lose control. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what the left-wing media is doing right now. They are the grasshoppers, and we are the ants. They laugh at us. They think that we are below them. They think of themselves higher than us. They think of themselves better than us. And honestly, if we allow them to think that, are they wrong? Are they wrong to assume that they are better than us if we just allow them to walk all over us? We've given them the power. It's time to take it back. It's time to take the power back and take it all the way to the Supreme Court, which is exactly what Texas has done in this landmark case, in which 18 states are backing Texas and 20 states are backing the swing states. This is getting crazy. This is why I say we are in the midst of a civil war. States are aligning left and right to go to a legal battle. And no matter what happens, the outcome of this legal battle. At first I would have said, no, if the right loses, they'll say, we lost, but at least we were heard. If the left loses, they're going to riot in the streets and throw fits just like they have the past year, honestly. Martin Luther King once said, riots are the voices of the unheard. I'm sorry, Martin Luther King Jr., I agree with you on a lot, but I have to disagree with you on that. The riots are not the voices of the unheard. Riots are temper tantrums thrown by children not getting what they want, who are not used to getting not getting what they want. Riots are temper tantrums, nothing more, nothing less. There are people breaking into stores to steal the PS5, to get shoes, TVs, gaming systems, games, clothes. These people aren't rioting because they want justice. These people are rioting because it's an excuse to get free stuff. And Democrats, you are allowing it to happen. Take a look at a map of the riots and protests that have been happening across the state, and you'll notice one key feature. They're all concentrated in blue areas. Sure, here and there, they're in red areas. But the vast majority of them are in blue areas. Because the right doesn't stand for disorder. The right says, no, you don't get to throw a fit. When did the right become the parents of the left? And when did the left become a bunch of little sissy baby children? I said it, and I'm not even sorry for it, because it's true. And I'm tired of pretending like it's not. This is where we're at. States are aligning against each other. We are about to go to war. Like I said, I would have said 2 days ago that the right would simply say, we lost, but at least we were heard. Now I'm not so sure. Because tensions are rising. And if the right loses, we might go to all-out war. In which case, I fear for the future of this country. It might not be long, because also, as I said yesterday, the right would demolish the left because we've got all the guns. We've got the support of the military and the police. The military and police are loyal to the Constitution. The Democrats are not. They're only loyal to the Constitution when it suits their needs. Otherwise, destroy the filibuster. Let's go direct democracy. Get rid of the Electoral College. It's funny watching the left say the democracy dies in darkness. It's funny watching the left say we need to protect the Constitution while at the same time trying to destroy all of our constitutional normals. Get rid of the Second Amendment. Put hate speech regulations on the First Amendment. No. The left is not the party of the Constitution. The right is the party of the Constitution. It's time to stop pretending otherwise. It's time to rise up. Stop giving the power to the fascists that are controlling what media we can and can't see. I said it. The left are fascists. Fascism is not a right-wing ideology. It's not a left-wing ideology either. It's just an ideology that stems from authoritarianism, which is both left and right. Both the left and the right can, taken to their extremes, have fascistic tendencies. But right now, the right is not being the fascist party. The left is being the fascist party. Beating people with baseball bats and bike chains, shouting in their faces at public restaurants for not raising their fist for black power. Does that sound like peaceful change to you? Does that sound like a future that you want? Getting beaten because you don't agree with the Black Lives Matter organization or movement? As I've said already on this channel, Black Lives Matter has 3 different meanings. The statement does. 1, the inarguable proposition that Black Lives Matter. Of course, no one with more than 2 brain cells disagrees. Number 2, the organization of Black Lives Matter, which is a disgusting organization that promotes terrorism in American cities. I'm sorry, Black Lives Matter causing millions of dollars of damage, killing people, threatening people for not agreeing with them, harassing people for their own political agenda. I don't know what else to call that other than terrorism. That is the only logical conclusion to come to. And then number 3 is the Black Lives Matter movement. The abhorrent, disgusting movement. The idea that large swaths of Americans don't agree with the statement that Black Lives Matter. That's a ridiculous statement on its face because as we've already seen on this channel, I've already shown you, America is one of the most racially tolerant nations in the world. America is one of the most racially tolerant nations in the world. It's time to stop pretending otherwise. Just because systems don't have equal outcomes doesn't mean it's racist towards black people, as Ibram X. Kendi, idiot, critical race theorist, would suggest. Ibram Kendi is a moron because the only thing he sees is skin color. And if all you see is skin color, then you're the racist, you're the bad guy, and you're the ones destroying America. Please, share this video with your friends. Let them know there are still good, logical thinkers out in the world. People who are willing to disown people like Black Lives Matter on the left, the KKK on the right. People willing to dismiss Antifa on the left, the alt-right on the right. There are still good, logical thinkers on the right. It's why you see more people flock from the left to the right than you do from the right to the left. The intellectual dark web idea, founded by the Weinstein brothers, Weinstein, whatever, Brett and Eric Weinstein. People like Brett and Eric Weinstein, Ben Shapiro, Dave Rubin, Jordan Peterson. You've heard me talk about them before. Brilliant men, disagree on nearly everything, but they're willing to sit down and have conversation, which is what I'm trying to do here. It's what this channel is about. To promote actual change in America and not just burn down cities to get my way. Please, share this video with your friends. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Try not to burn down the country while I'm gone, and even if you do, I'll be here tomorrow to cover it all. See ya.